My name is Sazairi and I'm a singer-songwriter, and the song that I just performed is from my upcoming EP and it's called Blue. So ever since I was young, I've always had like melodies in my head and I can't get rid of them no matter how hard I try. Like when I walk past the street, I would imagine the soundtrack of that to be this, and when I'm feeling something, I would always have a soundtrack to that in my head. And as I grew older, I learned to put words to that to kind of flesh out how my experiences of the world are. And in general, I think my inspiration comes from just observing the world around me and observing the people and their relationships, and that's a bulk of the material for my music. So what drew me to Black and White by Anthony Poon is that I'm always taken by optical illusions. I even wrote a song about it in my previous EP called Mirage. And the reason being that as a kid, I've always had an overactive imagination. My brain goes super high speed with everything, and I often see things that aren't there. And from a young age, I was taught to kind of question whatever I saw and question my reality and the things around me. So that's just kind of the essence of who I am as a person. So when I saw this piece, I was literally like, yeah, I get it. I think the feeling of blue is the complete opposite feeling of what I get when I look at this piece. This piece reminds me that things aren't what they seem, but blue is the opposite in a sense where it's a safe space for me to be sure of things. I wrote that song as kind of like a self-help for me to get away from what I think is real and not, and just try to focus on building a safe space for me and the people that I love around me to be myself and just to be okay with everything that's going on, especially during the pandemic. So the theme, new ways of thinking, seeing and being really resonates with me because I think the past 2 years have been really difficult, having to connect with people via the internet and without being in the same room, because that was what originally drew me into being an artist in the first place, is being surrounded by other artists. So I've grown to be more critical, I think, because when I'm overexcited in a room with other artists, everything is great, everything is fun, everything is gonna be good, but being apart from each other, you tend to question things more. You're more critical about what might and might not work. And I think that's kind of helped me see things very differently these past 2 years.